New Ether spot ETFs began trading today. What does it mean for the crypto community? I'm Lisa Bernhard with Reuters, and here to talk about that is Joy Yang of MarketVector Indexes. Joy, for the completely uninitiated, let's just talk about these two cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is the biggest, and Ether is the second biggest, but they have radically different values, with Bitcoin being over $60,000, and I think Ether is somewhere over $3,000. Just explain the disparity there, whether it means anything or not.
Hi, yeah, exciting day today with the launch of these Ethereum ETF products out there. And as you mentioned, there's a huge price difference with Bitcoin at 60,000 and Ethereum closer to 3,000. But as an investor, I wouldn't really look at the price level as much as think about the use case. And these are two different crypto assets, and cryptocurrencies have different use cases, with Bitcoin closer to a use case such as gold because of its limited supply. There will be no more Bitcoins after 21. There won't be no more new Bitcoins issued after 21 million, whereas Ethereum doesn't have this limited cap on it, but it is pretty much an operating software, almost like an operating software, because it's a platform where developers can build apps and other smart contracts on top of it. So it has a very different use case, and it's a very different investment case for investors also.
So let's clarify that a little bit. So you're saying that the blockchain behind Bitcoin is mainly for Bitcoin, that cryptocurrency, whereas Ethereum, which is the blockchain behind Ether, is about more than just Ether, that coin. Is that correct?
Primarily, that's roughly the way to look at it. So Ethereum is a platform. You can think of it as Android or an iOS, where developers are building on top of it for different apps to, whether it's to build an NFT on top of it or other applications. So it has the capability of leading to new innovation. And in addition, it also has cash flows in incentive rewards as well as fees for the platform. So it has cash flows that people can value, unlike Bitcoin, which is more of a store of value and has no cash flows.
Do you think that these new Ether ETFs will really open the floodgates for more and really help to further popularize cryptocurrencies?
Yeah, so I think the ETF wrapper, doesn't necessarily make it easier to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum, but it does bring something that's familiar to most investors who may not be able to understand how to hold an asset in a wallet, in a digital wallet, or are unfamiliar with these decentralized exchanges. So having it wrapped up in a fund that they can go to a broker, open a brokerage account, and have all the familiarity around platforms such as Fidelity or custody accounts, they're getting something that to them is easier to access, and that they're willing to pay for the additional fees and services to have that familiarity.
Donald Trump is known for being crypto friendly, whereas the Democrats have taken a harder line against crypto. What do you think about Kamala Harris? Where does she stand in terms of the cryptoverse?
So we're just beginning to know Kamala Harris and her policies. I don't expect that her views around crypto and Bitcoin would be very different from the current administration. So I think what we have seen is that they've taken a very cautious stance. They're taking their time and leveling up on their education and understanding some of the risks around this asset class, because it is a new asset class and they're still yet risks to be tested. So I think it would probably continue on that cautious stance. Whereas I think with the launch of Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, we're seeing that investors are getting more familiar with it, and they're asking regulators to really speed up on providing their guidance and regulation around which coins can be, which coins are permitted, and which coins are seen as a security.